motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
That are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me,
They're
I thought he was a con artist,
no, they're-
just based off his look.
They're at edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Wednesday, November 24th, 2021, Thanksgiving Eve. Hope everybody's having a great week this week. A lot of people are probably off work, getting ready to go spend time with family. Be safe if you're traveling, be safe. But all right, before we get started this morning, going over to breaking down today's games. We got don't have a whole lot of games today. We got NBA, got quite a few NBA games, got some college basketball games. There is no college football today, but you do have college football and NFL tomorrow, and we'll talk about some of those games as well. Also, I have my week 12 power rankings for NFL as well. So, but before we do that, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Both those shows are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can also find both those shows in podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts at, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about, any information about our shows get posted there. We post our daily picks from this show, Easy Money, a sports betting show. Go on our social media. So if you want to find out anything about our shows, that's the way to find out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, don't forget today, big show today at 1 p.m. Eastern, as we have AACW owner slash wrestler Shane Calser is going to be joining us live. He's been in the wrestling business for a long time. And so it should be a great conversation. Really looking forward to that conversation here in just a couple hours at 1 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you join us for that today. Tomorrow, we will be live at, first game started at, I think, 12:30. So we'll be live at 10 a.m. tomorrow with the Easy Money, a sports betting show. We'll do a quick Easy Money, a sports betting show, go over all the football games, give you guys our final picks, and then that'll be all for tomorrow. Then we'll be back Friday with Easy Money, a sports betting show at 11, and we have another interview at 1 p.m. Eastern Friday as Big Brody Botkins is going to be joining us. Should be a great conversation on Friday as well. So make sure you don't miss that. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. We got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, a lot of different things on there. Go check it out. Get you some GWR, GSR, and Easy Money gear. All right, let's jump into some of these games. Like I said, mostly what we have game-wise today is NBA. What's your take on the Georgia Bulldogs football? Looking like they're probably going to win the whole thing this year. At least they look like the best team, but you know how that is. Anything can happen, especially in college football, where one or two losses can basically injure chances on winning the national championship. Okay. NBA tonight. Let's first game we have is the Phoenix Suns at the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Suns are 7.5 point favorites. They're minus 330 on the money line. The Cavs are plus 265 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 210.5. The Suns are 14-3 on the season. They've won 13 in a row. But they've been shooting the ball well, and Ayton has looked good since returning. The Cavs are 9-9. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They're still without Sexton, their leading scorer, and Mobley tonight. This spread is getting bigger. It was at 6.5 this morning when I looked at it. Now it's up at 7.5. But I like the Suns at the minus 7.5. I just don't, with the injuries Cleveland has, I just don't think their offense is going to be able to score enough points to keep up with the Suns. The Suns just all right. Next game. Oh, and I like the sorry about that. In the Suns Cleveland game, I like the over the 210.5. All right, the Charlotte Hornets at the Orlando Magic. Hornets are 7-point favorites on the road. They're minus 290 on the money line. Orlando is plus 235 on the money line. Over under for this game is 219.5. The Hornets are 11-8. Magic are 4-14 on the season. The Hornets have won 6 of their last 7. Some of their young guys are playing well. Their biggest thing is they're kind of streaky. Sometimes if they're hitting their shots, they're going to be tough to beat. But they can have nights where they're cold from shooting on the outside, and then they can struggle. The Magic are 4-14. They've lost 6 of their last 7, and they're going to be without their leading scorer Anthony again tonight. I like the Hornets here at the -7, and I like the under the 219.5. Next game is a game I'll probably be watching tonight. It is the Los Angeles Lakers at the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are 3.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 158 on the money line. Lakers are plus 134 on the money line. Over under for this game set at 217. This is the second night of a back-to-back for the Lakers. LeBron didn't play last night as he was serving his suspension for the little, I ain't going to call it a brawl because it wasn't a brawl, but a little scuffle that he had with Stewart from Detroit. Pacers are 8-11. They're coming off a big win versus the Bulls where they beat them by like 30 points. They looked good. Their Pacers are finally getting healthy. And a healthy Pacers team, if they're playing unselfish and the ball's moving, can be a dangerous team. They've won 2 in a row. They're 11-2 against the spread at home. I like the Pacers here as the 3.5-point favorites at home. But I'm probably, instead of taking the 3.5 points, I'm going to take the Pacers on the money line. I think the Pacers are going to come out tonight, play another good game, and I like the over the 217 in this game. I like the Pacers money line. Over 217. And then in the next game, we have the Brooklyn Nets at the Boston Celtics. The Nets are 1-point favorites in this game. They're minus 116 on the money line. The Celtics are minus 102 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 217.5. The Nets have won 11 of their last 13 games. The Celtics have won 6 of their last 8. Celtics are a lot better defensively when they have Tatum and Brown on the court at the same time. Brown is expected expected to play tonight after he played sparingly on Monday. Even without Kyrie, the Nets have a lot of firepower, but they are playing without Harris and a few other guys. But KD's been playing so well that it hasn't really mattered as much. And I think James Harden's finally starting to find his rhythm a little bit. He's been struggling this year. I don't know if it's the way they've changed the way they call fouls on the outside there or what, but he has been struggling. I lean toward the Nets here at the -1. At the -116 on the money line. And I like the over the 217.5 in this game. In the next game, the Detroit Pistons at the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pistons are 4-12 on the season. The Bucks are 10-8 on the season. The Pistons are second to last in scoring in the league. The Bucks are on a four-game winning streak. They're finally getting healthy. Beginning of the season, they've been battling through a lot of injuries. They're finally starting to get healthy, and they're on a 4-game winning streak. The Bucks are 15-point favorites in this game, and minus 1,400 on the money line. The Pistons are plus 830 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 211.5. I like the Bucks to win this game, but I'm not laying 15 points. 15 points is just a lot of points, and most of the time it's too many points in the NBA. I do like the under the 211.5 in this game, though. That would be what I would play on this game, would be the under the 211.5. Got the Miami Heat at the Minnesota Timberwolves is the next game. The Heat are 1-point favorites on the road. They're minus 112 on the money line. The Timberwolves are minus 104 on the money line. Over/under for this game's at 213. I don't feel comfortable enough with either one of these teams to pick a side. I do lean toward the under the 213 in this game. The Heat can play pretty good defense, and neither one of these teams are known for just shooting the ball lights out all the time. The Heat can get hot with Robinson and Hero and some of the shooters, but it's not an every night type of thing. Okay, next game is the Washington Wizards at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Wizards are 4-point favorites on the road. They're minus 174 on the money line. Pelicans are plus 146 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 209.5. The Wizards have lost 3 of their last 4. They are getting healthy as they're getting back, getting some of their players back tonight. I think Hachimura is going to be back tonight. Pelicans are still without Zion. They're 2-7 in their last 9. They're versus the East, and they're 2-13 last 15 games. I think the Wizards are going to play a good game tonight. They're finally getting healthy. I like the Wizards here, minus the 4. I could see this game being under the 209.5 as well. All right. Next game, we have the Chicago Bulls at the Houston Rockets. The Bulls are 9-point favorites in this game. They're minus 390 on the money line. The Rockets are plus 310 on the money line. Over/under for this game, 215. I like the Bulls here as 9-point favorites. 9 points is a lot of points, though. But the Rockets struggle scoring. Rockets aren't a very good team. And the Bulls got embarrassed last time out by the Pacers, so I think they're going to come out play a good game tonight. I would go with the Bulls minus the 9, and it's another game I like the under the 215. Then you have, the Toronto Raptors at the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies are 3-point favorites. They're minus 154 on the money line. The Raptors are plus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 218.5. The Raptors have been struggling on a current road trip. And Anunoby is questionable for tonight's game. He's been one of their best players this season. The Grizzlies have won 4 in a row. John Morant's seems to be finding his rhythm a little more here as of late. I would lean toward the Grizzlies at the -3, and I like the under the 218.5 in this game. Next game, Utah Jazz at the OKC Thunder. The Jazz are 13-point favorites on the road, minus 950 on the money line. The Thunder are plus 640 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 208.5. I like the Jazz in this game. 13 points is a lot of points. But I don't see the Thunder being able to keep up with the Jazz's offense. I lean toward the Jazz at the -13, and I lean toward the under the 208.5. Next game we have is the Atlanta Hawks at the San Antonio Spurs. The Hawks are 4-point favorites on the road. They're minus 180 on the money line. Spurs are plus 152 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 222.5. The Hawks are 9-9 on the season, 8-1 at home this season, and they're 1-8 on the road this season. The Spurs are on a 5-game losing streak. They're 8-8 ATS. They're 4-3 ATS at home. For some reason, the Spurs have just been terrible on the road, or not the Spurs, excuse me, the Hawks, and that's a reason that I kind of lean away from them this game. I know they've won 5 in a row, but they're 1-8 on the road. The Spurs aren't. I mean, the Spurs play pretty good at home. This might be a chance, maybe to take the +4, but that's a game I'm going to personally stay away from. I do like the under the 222.5. 76ers at the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 10.5-point favorites against the Sixers. Warriors are minus 560 on the money line. Sixers are plus 420 on the money line. Over under for this game is 216.5. Excuse me. It's a game. I'm not laying 10.5 points, but I do lean toward the over the 216.5 in this game. Then we have the Portland Trailblazers at the Sacramento Kings. Portland is 2.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 134 on the money line. The Sacramento Kings are plus 114 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 226.5. Portland is 10-8 on the season. The Kings are 6-12 on the season. The Trailblazers have won 4 straight. They're 7-10 ATS this season and 1-7 ATS on the road this season. The Kings fired Luke Walton after their last game. They're 6-12 on the season. They're 7-4 ATS, but they're 2-7 ATS at home. I like Portland here at the minus 2.5, and I lean toward the under the 226.5 in this game. All right, that's all the NBA games today. Other than that, it's about all the sports we have today besides college basketball. I really don't do a whole lot of college basketball until it gets a little bit later in the year, because right now it's just so hard to know what teams have, and you got these bigger colleges playing these smaller colleges and so you have a lot of games that aren't even competitive. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while you do get an upset, but okay. Before we get to the picks of the day today. Let's talk a little bit of NFL real quick. We don't have any NFL games tonight. Do have 3 games tomorrow for NFL on Thanksgiving, starting at 12:30. Like I said, we'll be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. To go over tomorrow's football games and give out our official picks on those. So make sure you join us for that tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Easy Money, a sports betting show. Going to start an hour earlier tomorrow, so I'll make a post about that here later today as well. At 12:30, you have the Bears at the Lions. The Bears are 3-point favorites. Both teams are going to be starting backup quarterbacks. I like the under the 41.5 in this game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Then in the afternoon, we have the Raiders at the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 7.5-point favorites at home. Over-under is 50.5. This is a game I'm still haven't completely decided on. I think the Cowboys will probably win, but I could see this being a close game. I think 7.5 could be too many. But like I said, we'll break these games down more in depth tomorrow. And then in the night game tomorrow, you have the Bills at the Saints. Bills are 6-point favorites. Bills are coming off a loss where they got pretty much dominated by the Indianapolis Colts. Even though I think the Bills are the better team, and especially with the Saints, you have Trevor Siemian as a quarterback. Over/under is 45 for this game as of now. But like I said, we'll dig deeper into these games tomorrow. I'll have my full breakdown on them and give out my official picks for each game. All right, before we get to my picks of the day, we'll go through my NFL power rankings for Week 12. All right, at number 11 this week, I have the Baltimore Ravens. They'll show potential one week like they're going to be up toward the top of the league, and then there's just like they're too inconsistent. At number 10, I have the Cowboys, and that's another thing. Cowboys can be kind of inconsistent. They're dealing with a few injuries as well. At number 9, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the Chiefs might still be a little bit lower than what most people have them, but until their defense, I see a big improvement on their defense. I can't put them up real high. Yeah, they're going to beat some of these lesser teams, but I don't see them beating the good teams just unless Patrick Mahomes plays perfect every game, and I don't see that happening. So I have the Chiefs at 9. I have the Bills at 8. They've dropped back for me as well. They got dominated by the Indianapolis Colts this weekend. Colts are one of the hottest teams in the league. People better watch out for them. Speaking of the Colts, I have the Colts at number 7 this week in my power rankings. They've won 4 or 5 of their last 6 after a 0-3 start. They just dominated the Bills. They have the Bucs this week. If they can win that, come up with a big win here. If the Colts can play their way into and make the playoffs, the Colts are going to be a team, especially if they're healthy, and we're starting to get healthy at the right time now. The Colts are going to be a team teams are not going to want to see in the playoffs if we can get there. I have the Colts at number 7. Number 6, I have probably the other hottest team in the NFL right now, the New England Patriots. They've probably moved about the most up. Them and the Colts, probably from when I started doing these power rankings now, and the big jumps that they've made. I have the Los Angeles Chargers at number 5. I think their playing calling needs to change a little bit. I like their quarterback. Defense, if defense can step up a little bit, I think they can go on a deep run. Number 4, I have the Los Angeles Rams. I think they have the weapons on offense. They have a good defense. They just got to put it all together. Number 3 right now, Tampa Bay Bucks. They've been a little inconsistent, but when they play a complete game, they're going to be tough for anybody to beat. Number 2, Green Bay Packers. I know the Packers lost their last game to Minnesota, but the didn't play their best, and the Packers dealing with some injuries. They start getting healthy. I think the Packers are going to be a tough team to handle. And the same thing with the Arizona Cardinals, which is at number 1 this week, is they get healthy, they're going to be tough to beat. I mean, they've been beating some teams with their backup quarterback. They've won games missing their best 2 players, their quarterback and DeAndre Hopkins. So I got Arizona as my number 1 team in my power rankings this week. But all right, let's get to my picks of the day for today. In the NBA, basically all my picks today are going to be NBA games. I like the Phoenix Suns -7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I like the Charlotte Hornets -7 against the Orlando Magic. I like the Indiana Pacers money line against the Los Angeles Lakers. I like the Washington Wizards -4 against the New Orleans Pelicans. I like the Portland Trail Blazers -2.5 against the Sacramento Kings. That's going to be my picks of the day. So to recap, I like the Wizards -4, Trailblazers -2.5, the Pacers money line, the Charlotte Hornets -7, and the Phoenix Suns -7. I want to thank everybody for joining us today for Easy Money, a sports betting show. We will be live tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, at 10 a.m. We'll do a quick rundown of tomorrow's NFL games and give out our official NFL picks for the Thanksgiving Day games tomorrow. So join us tomorrow, but it is going to be moved up an hour. So instead of at 11, it will be at 10 a.m. Also, don't forget, here in just, about an hour and 20 minutes, we have a big show, 1 p.m. Eastern, as AACW owner and wrestler Shane Calsert is going to be joining the show live. Should be a great conversation. I'm really looking forward to this show, so don't miss that at 1 p.m. today. Hey, what's up, Daniel? And like I said, don't forget Shane Calsert, 1 p.m. today, here in just a little over an hour. And tomorrow's show is going to start at 10 instead of 11. But normally we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern for Easy Money, a sports betting show. Then we're live also at 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Both those shows are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about our shows. That's where we post all of our daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show as well. Also, you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in a podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you find podcasts, you can find us. Also, check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. Have a lot of different things on there. Go check it out. Get yourself some GSR, GWR, and Easy Money gear. We will have some new merch dropping here real soon. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Hope everybody has if you're traveling for Thanksgiving tomorrow, be safe. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving with your family. Like I said, we will be live tomorrow morning real quick for an Easy Money. Then after that, we're just going to be enjoying the day of football and family. Also, Friday, don't forget, we have a big show Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern as Big Brody Botkins will be joining us live. And we'll also be live for Easy Money Sports Betting Show that day. Hope everybody has a great day today. Hope to see you here in about an hour and 20 minutes or so for GWR Live with special guest Shane Kalser. If not, hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Peace.